We're back for our daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel for Thursday, April 24th. Not a huge slate today with only, I believe, 9 games today. Obviously, it's, travel day for most teams, but we have a various selection of games that we like today. The big one, I think, today, Nationals Orioles. I'm really liking the line for that one, but we'll get to that and more later in this video, folks. Before we do, though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for some more daily MLB Best Bets here on the channel. Later today, we will have our NBA playoff predictions and best bets. 3 games today, Pistons, Knicks, you got the Thunder, the Grizzlies, and the Clippers, and the Los Angeles Clippers. Make sure to check out that video in a couple hours here on the channel. Also, go make sure to check out Greedo Plays MMA. That is linked in the description down below. UFC Kansas City this week with Ian Machado Gary and Carlos Prates in the main event. Go make sure to check out Greedo Plays MMA and subscribe over there. Okay, on to the first of our 5 best bets for today. We start in Minneapolis, Minnesota, in the Twin Cities for the Twins and the White Sox. We've only done this once on the channel, and I guess my official play, was White Sox money line the one time I did that. We are officially going spread for the first time this year, plus 1.5 White Sox. I think they can keep this game really close. The White Sox, guys, hear me out. They're kind of due for one. They kind of are, and the pitching matchup tonight, I think, really favors us. I've said it time in and time out. I think the Chicago rotation is sneaky good. It's just that they have been incapable of scoring big runs. You look at the guys in this rotation, right? I mean, Sean Burke, Jonathan Cannon, Shane Smith is going today, Davis Martin. Again, young guys that you probably have never heard of before this season, but they're not doing a horrible job. Now, I get the bullpen's very bad and the lineup is a whole nother thing. But they get Shane Smith on the mound tonight, who arguably has been their best guy this year. ERA is 2.82. Strikeouts aren't all that high, but he's a guy that's going to, for the most part, limit production or limit walks. I get the first time he saw the Twins this year, went 5 2/3, gave up 2 runs, 4 walks. But since then, his high in walks in a game is 2. Had to start against the Guardians. Then I get it, the Guardians, that was their big struggle period. But he goes 6 innings against Cleveland, gives up 2 hits and 0 runs. His last start against the Red Sox goes 4 2/3, 4 hits, 3 runs. The Red Sox, they can be dangerous sometimes. And we're going to get to the Red Sox actually in a little bit. But this Twins lineup, they've beat the Sox in back-to-back games. They're still a 9-15 team. And I understand the White Sox aren't very good, but it's still hard to sweep a team. And you look at this Twins lineup, I'm still not sold. I mean, we haven't talked about the Twins probably in about a week. Nothing's really changed. Correa still isn't hitting the ball that well. I know Buxton hit a home run yesterday, but their main guys really aren't performing yet. I just don't think they're that good still. And this is a spot where I think the White Sox, again, on a getaway day, last game of the series, the Twins already have won the series before the Sox are going to go to Sacramento to take on the Athletics for the weekend. I think this is a spot where the White Sox can be very successful, and we don't even need them to win the game. We just need plus 1.5. Day game, expect limited attendance, so the White Sox are going to feel right at home with nobody in the building. And I think Chicago's going to be okay here. I'm not going to try to sell you on the lineup, okay? I couldn't tell you how they're going to produce runs today. I'm just going to be honest, okay? I'm hoping we get like a 3-2 final for the Twins. Better yet, I hope the White Sox win, but I fully expect this to be a very close game the entire way out because I don't really think Minnesota's going to be able to score. Again, day game, you're coming off winning back-to-back, and this lineup still has struggled throughout the year. I think this is a game where the White Sox pitching, and especially Shane Smith, can keep it very competitive. Now, the White Sox bats, again, I don't know where you want me to get started here. I think the lone bright spot so far, I think, is Andrew Benintendi. Not like he's tearing the label off the ball, but he's been okay. I don't know. Edgar Cuero hasn't been horrible, the 22-year-old out of Cuba. He's DHing for them. He hasn't been bad, but I mean, yes, you have a lot of guys in this lineup that have been struggling mightily. I'm talking about Luis Robert, who I think is going to turn around eventually, right? Before he gets traded at the deadline. Andrew Vaughn's been just bad. Vargas hasn't been good. Amaya has been struggling. I understand. But we just need them to keep this game close. And I think Minnesota is due for some regression, honestly, since that first win, or since the first 2 wins in the series. Throughout the entire year, Minnesota's 4-1 against them. That's fine. The White Sox haven't beat this team since the month of March. I think we're due for a close game here. And I really do like the pitching matchup with Shane Smith. And oh, wow, can I forget? Chris Paddock's pitching for Minnesota. probably their worst pitcher, I'm just going to be honest. Paddock, the former Padre, now obviously here in Minnesota, has not gone more than 5 innings in any game so far this year. Last start was his best start, 5 innings, 1 run against the Atlanta Braves. But other than that, he has been very mediocre. I'll say very bad. The first time he matched up against the Sox was the only time the White Sox beat the Twins this season. Paddock goes 3 1/3, 6 hits, 9 runs against the White Sox. He's a very hittable guy, and I think Chicago's going to come through for us. I'm taking White Sox, not even to win, +1.5. It's about +100, -105 on +1.5, and that's where we're going for this one. Give me the White Sox on the spread to kick us off with our morning game or our early afternoon game. It's 10 o'clock, okay, earliest game of the day. Give me the White Sox here on the spread. Next up, we go to our daily Nerfy. I'm not going to lie, we've been struggling with these. We started the year really hot on Nerfies, and we've cooled down. I apologize. I think we can get back on track today. There's 2 pitchers on the mound tonight that are more than capable of getting us 6 outs combined. Bryan Woo, Garrett Crochet. Okay. I'm not concerned. I don't think the Mariners are going to be able to score in Garrett Crochet. Okay. I was kind of hoping this line would be a little bit better for the Red Sox because originally I was going to take money line for Boston today. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen. They're -180. Can't do that. I just don't want to play that. But we'll settle with the Nerfy instead. The Mariners scored in the first inning yesterday with a Mitch Garver single. So the odds of 1, the Mariners scoring, and B, Mitch Garver being the one to drive in the run. Yeah, the Martians must have invaded Earth yesterday and hell must have frozen over. That's not happening again. Okay, the only guy that can actually produce the top of the lineup is Jorge Polanco, right? Polanco down the lineup yesterday, but Julio Rodriguez, right, batting .202. He's been better recently, still not great. Dylan Moore has been the best guy other than Polanco in this lineup, and Cal Raleigh, I guess he's getting better at hitting home runs with his eyes closed this year. Regardless, Garrett Crochet is going to get us 3 outs. Crochet, in times that we've picked him to hit the Nerfy so far for us this year, he's 2 for 2. So I expect that trend to continue. What I am a little bit concerned about is Bryan Woo versus the Red Sox, okay? You get Duran, Devers, Bregman. Bregman's batting .310, Duran's batting .250. Devers started the year ice cold. Yes, he's batting .202 now, but Devers, he's back, kind of. He's not playing as poorly as he was at the beginning of the year. And you look at a guy like Abreu in the 4, who's batting .284, and somehow Trevor Story's turned back the clock this season. He's starting the year batting .309. The Red Sox are really coming together right now. I understand they're a team that's only 2 games over 500. They lost yesterday, yes. They had Sean Newcomb on the mound. It is what it is. Emerson Hancock actually turned in a very good start, which I was very surprised about. But the Red Sox, I believe, are turning things around this season. I don't think this is a playoff team. I don't think. But they look decent right now, and hell, I think they have the second best record in the American League East, if I'm not mistaken. I know it's certainly better than the O's and the Rays, and yes, it's better than the Jays as well. Again, we're very early in the season. They've played, 26 games? But so far, so decent, I guess, for the Boston Red Sox, and I do think we're going to be able to get 6 outs, right? I mean, you look at Bryan Woo's matchups, a lot more difficult, let's just be honest, than Garrett Crochet. I think Crochet, the tough matchups are going to come in the bottom half of the inning. Woo versus Duran, I don't feel horrible about that. As long as we can keep Devers in the park, I'm okay there. And if we can just get to Bregman with the bases empty, I think we're fine. And sure, Bregman might sting us for a single or even an extra base knock, but then Abreu and Story, I know those guys have been good, but guys, Bryan Woo's actually a very good pitcher. I don't think that's a shock to anybody. I know Woo had his struggles in the Giants game, but ERA's 3.12 this year. He's a guy who's pretty damn solid. Last start against the Jays, gave up 7 hits, but only 3 runs. Again, could have been worse. He's a guy who's not going to give you any free passes. He averages about 1 a game. I mean, what are the odds that happens in the first inning? Bryan Woo's a solid arm. Again, he'll give you length in a game, right? He has gone no less than 6 innings in every single start he's, given the Mariners this year. And obviously, we don't care about how long he goes in this game. We just care about his first 3 batters. And I think he's going to come through for us. And in terms of Garrett Crochet, this guy's one of the best pitchers in the MLB. ERA is 1.13. He may as well be in line to win the Cy Young right now. I mean, I don't know exactly who the odds-on favorite to win the Cy Young is in the American League. But it might as well be him. I'm going to check very quickly. But Crochet's been pitching lights out this year, 1.13 ERA. The guy's just that good. Yes, he is the favorite to win the Cy Young. It goes Garrett Crochet, Tarek Skubal, then Hunter Brown. That's surprising. But yeah, Crochet's plus 165 right now to win the Cy Young. The guy's that good, and he will be able to get us 3 outs against a team in the Mariners where it's like, all right, yeah, Moore's been all right, Polanco, but I still can't trust this team. Garrett Crochet is going to get us 3 outs, and hopefully so will Brian Wu. We're taking the nerf heat here between the Red Sox and the Mariners. It is minus 125, another early spot today at 10:35. We move on to our third best bet of the video, and we go to our Washington Nationals best bet of the day. Okay, it's time. We're taking the Nats to get the sweep today, guys. Yesterday, unfortunately, Dylan Cruz only had 1 hit, and it wasn't the extra base knock that we were hoping for, 2 hits, so we didn't get the over on bases. Nationals won, which, I'll be honest, surprised me. I'm happy. Kyle Finnegan now 9 saves. He's only second to, I'm completely blanking right now. Padres. Oh, this is really bad. This is really bad. Regardless, Robert Suarez. Oh my God. Anyways, I don't know why Munoz has been on the team in a minute, I know. Anyways, the Nats right now, 2 straight wins against Baltimore. I didn't think they were going to win yesterday. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think so. Sugano on the mound. I know he's not great, pitched a contact guy, but I wasn't really confident in that. And at the same time, Trevor Williams was pitching for Washington. And I'll give Trevor a lot of credit, man. Davey Martinez wanted to take him out the baseball game after getting 1 out in the 4th inning, after he allowed, Mullins to slap one into right field. Williams has his little Max Scherzer moment and calls off Davey. Says, no, I'm going to pitch. He turns in the most pitches he's ever pitched in a start since 2021, gets his 2 outs to close the 5 innings. Unfortunately, the Nats couldn't get him the victory because Jorge Lopez gave up a run and whatnot. Jose Ferrer, it is what it is. Kyle Finnegan ends up getting the save. Shout out to the Nats putting a really good bottom of the 8th together. Luis Garcia with the sacrifice fly. Nats win 4-3. I think it's time for the sweep. This could come back to bite me in the ass. I'm going to say I think this is the game. I haven't been more confident in Nationals victory in a while. I'm just going to be honest. Guys, Mackenzie Gore's going to the mound. Cade Povich is pitching for the Orioles. Povich is a 6.38 ERA. We know how bad the Orioles rotation is as a whole, right? We know how god-awful it is, right? Sugano was looked at as, all right, this guy's not horrible, but, right, 35-year-old pitched a contact guy. How good is he really, right? And that's a fair assessment, right? You look at Brandon Young, who they just brought up, who just started in his last one against the Reds. His ERA is at like 6.75 after 1 start. Again, jury's still out on him. Charlie Morton's a dinosaur. He's not very good anymore. And then you look at Dean Kramer the other day, who got mauled against the Nationals. And then you get Cade Povich, who I think is going to get mauled as well. Guys, we look at Cade Povich's 4 starts this year. I'm going to read them all off to you. And this is why I feel so good about the Nats today. And by the way, again, I don't really need to go into Mackenzie Gore. Mackenzie Gore leads the MLB in strikeouts. He's going to be an all-star this season. The guy's ERA is 3.41, which is a little high, I'm not going to lie. But he'll be fine. Okay, he'll be okay. He will dominate today. Double-digit strikeouts, 100% for Mackenzie Gore today. Okay. Cade Povich is going to get blasted, guys. First start of the year, Red Sox, 4 1/3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. Arguably his best start all year, because 8 strikeouts. Okay, next start, in KC, 6 innings, 12 hits, 4 runs against the Royals. Next start, Blue Jays, 4 2/3, 7 hits, 2 runs. That's probably his best start, but he only went 4 2/3. Next and final start, his worst, at home against Cincinnati, 6 hits, 7 runs, 3 home runs, 5 free passes. Yikes. I expect the Nationals to dominate today, man. Povich, a lefty, which we'll see. That means probably no Jose Tena. That means we'll likely get an Ahmed Rosario appearance tonight, which I'm okay with. CJ Abrams in the lineup today should be back. He had 2 rehab starts over with the Harrisburg Senators. I assume he's back now, so that was the plan. So Nasim the Dream, should either go back to the bench or get sent down to AAA. I'm going to be honest, I like Nasim. I think he's probably going to have to go back down. It's either him or Trey Lipscomb. I actually think Trey Lipscomb's a more valuable asset. I'm not going to lie. I get to see him make some great plays. But Trey Lipscomb arguably saved the day yesterday. I think it was Adley he robbed of a hit up the middle. Great play by Trey Lipscomb. I like Nasim. Nasim's just not tall enough to make that play in the 9th inning. Anyways, and hey, Lipscomb's batting 2 for 3 this year. All right, let's go. Rocky Top, Trey Lipscomb, attaboy. So yeah, lefty on the mound with Povich. I mean, we saw the James Wood home run yesterday. Is it too far to say this guy is a top 5 player in the sport? I don't know. I think he might be. I'm serious about that. We just need to see a little bit more this year. But that guy's a top 5 player in the league, I think, hitter-wise. I think he is. Other than that, destroy Cade Povich and the Orioles today. I really think so. They get a chance to go for the sweep today against, their DMV rivals. Let's get it done, man. Nathaniel Lowe slapping the ball right now. Josh Bell gets on the board with the home run yesterday, and now we get Dylan Cruz versus the lefty today too. Oh, it's too easy. It's too easy. Oh, they might bench Luis Garcia today. Oh, they better not. Davey might do that. Louis got a sac fly yesterday against Gregory Soto. They might go Rosario at third. No, Rosario at second, Lipscomb at third, Abrams at short. I don't know. We'll see. I think Abrams is playing. We'll see how they deal with Tana, Rosario, Lipscomb, and Louis. But I think the Nats win. Guys, we look at this from a standpoint of the standings right now. That was a little rhetorical, but regardless. Look at the Nats, 11-13. I don't know if was rhetorical the right word for that. English is hard sometimes. Anyways, Nats 11-13, Marlins 11-13, Braves 10-14. The 3 bottom teams in the National League East. Okay, the Braves, they'll probably be back. But anyways, we're gonna forget about them. Marlins, they suck. I don't care. That team's not that good. Okay, and then we look at the Phillies in the 2. Okay, guys, the Phillies are 13-12, second place in the National League East right now. Is it too far-fetched to say this team should just shut it down and rebuild? I don't know. I get it. That was the Phillies' whole thing in 23? 22, when they, started the year horrible. They snuck in as a 6th seed, beat the Cardinals, beat the Braves, get the NLCS, beat the Padres, and obviously lose the Astros in the World Series. I get it. It was their miracle run, and they started out very cold that year as well. And last year, right, they were aided by the fact they played a Mickey Mouse schedule at the beginning of the year. And 23, I don't know, I feel like their year, I'm going to be honest. 23 should have been the Phillies' year. They had the D-backs up 3-2 going back to the bank, and they lost. But is it too far-fetched to say the Phillies should just tear it down right now? I mean, again, you're stuck on the Harper contract. Obviously, you're not going to get rid of Bryce Harper. He personifies Philadelphia. You're probably not going to get rid of Trey Turner, even though he hasn't been performing. But it's like, I watch this Phillies team, and it's so lifeless. It just is. I mean, you got JT who can't hit a ball right now. Bryce is doing his thing. It's whatever. But Trey looks lifeless out there. I don't know. Is it too far-fetched to say the Phillies should just tear it down and restart? Obviously, again, Bryce has to be part of that rebuild, but I don't know. We're 25 games into the season, I understand, but it's just something to think about. And then there's the Mets. 18-7, first place. Congrats. I don't know what you want me to say. All right, we're coming for you. All right. Hey, the Nats, watch out. Objects in the rearview mirror look closer than they appear. Nats only 6.5 games out. Watch out, New York. I'm just saying. All right. Nats money line today, though. I actually feel great about it. Which, knock on wood, but I actually really feel good about today's outcome. Next up, our third money line of the day, actually second because we had the spread earlier. Pirates Angels. I'm taking the Angels to finally get one in this series. Why? It's just the pitching matchup. And also, I don't think Pittsburgh can win 3 in a row. I just don't think so. I understand. Again, they beat my Nationals in a 4-game set, 3-1. Okay, who cares? I don't think the Pirates win another one against the Angels, right? Where he missed out on Paul Skeens getting to pitch in front of his hometown team, his childhood team, obviously. He'll get to pitch against the Dodgers on Friday. That's going to be fun. That's tomorrow? Man. Anyways, the pitching matchup tonight really favors the Angels. Now, Tyler Anderson, he's not going to wow you by any stretch of the imagination. He's good, He had a good start against the Giants in his last one, by the way. Goes 6 innings, 3 hit, 0 runs. We had his over, and he hit. But really, this comes down to Tyler Anderson again. Yes, vet, 35 years old. He can get you out. I'm not concerned about Tyler Anderson getting the Pirates out of there, right? Pittsburgh scores 9 runs in the first game, 3 runs in the second game. I honestly don't think they get more than 3 today. We just need the Angels' bats to actually show up, which I think they do, personally. You look at the Angels, they got shut out yesterday, which it's bad. Andrew Heaney, the former Angel, comes into Anaheim and shuts that team down. 6 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 9 strikeouts. I'd be so infuriated if I was an Angels fan. Now, I know they have a better record than my favorite team right now, but it's like, God, what do you even what do you look forward to? You're paying Anthony Rendon, you lose Shohei, you're wasting away Mike Trout. But again, yeah, you get to watch Mike Trout every day, so it can't be that bad. No, it's pretty bad. Anyways, Trout's like home run or bust right now. It's weird. He's batting 169. He's like second in the MLB in home runs, I think, tied with James Wood. He'll be okay. I just, guys, the Pirates are pitching Carmen Molzinski today. The 26-year-old out of Hilton Head Island, South Carolina, 1-3 record this year. Yes, records for pitchers don't matter, I understand. But the ERA is all that does. 7.41 ERA and a whip at 2. Again, if you don't know what it means, that means he averages allowing 2 runners on per inning. That's just, that doesn't cut it. He's been bad. He's been the clear number 5 in this Pirates rotation. Obviously, when the Nationals played the Pirates, this is the one guy they didn't get to see because, of course. But anyways, yeah, he's going to get bombed tonight, I think. I think, again, Soler has been surprisingly really good at the leadoff spot of all places. Other than him, yes, this team has been bad. Kyron Paris has been good. But if there's ever a pitcher you got to break through against, it is Carmen Mlodzinski. You look at his last start against the Guardians. 4 innings pitched, 9 hits, 5 runs. Reds, 4 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs. Cardinals start was 1 win. It was decent. 5 innings, 5 hits, 1 run. And the Rays start the year 3 2/3, 7 hits, 4 runs. I mean, the Angels better do something today. I mean, show some self-respect. The Pirates are still 5 games under 500. That's not that good of a baseball team, okay? Yes, their pitching can get them through games. I understand, right? I mean, Heaney actually has been decent in his last couple starts, right? Bailey Falter can give you a decent game at times, and Paul Skeens is obviously one of the best pitchers in the MLB. Dylan Cruz will have a better career. But regardless, right? And the Pirates, the starting pitching can carry them sometimes. But you get an actual half-competent pitcher tonight for the Angels and Tyler Anderson, a guy who shut down the San Francisco Giants. That is no easy feat. I know, again, they're not the best hitting group at times, but that's a team with Jung Ho Lee, Matt Chapman, Elliot Ramos, right? Wilmer Flores has been playing pretty well this season, right? Had another RBI yesterday. That's somewhat impressive. I don't think the Pirates are going to be able to do much tonight, and I'm going to trust in Tyler Anderson and the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim to not get swept in this series. So give me the Angels to win at home and to get back to 500. They're only 1 game under 500. It feels like the season's just been over for the Angels, but at the same time, every season for the Angels always ends on opening day because they're incompetent. How do you have Mike Trout and you've never won a playoff series? Let him go somewhere else. Actually, I should be careful what I wish for because if I do say he's going to go somewhere else, he'll probably end up on the Philadelphia Phillies. So, Angels money line. I know we're playing some of the juice here, -145. I think they win this one pretty decisively. We love the pitching matchup, and the Angels, again, I don't think they're going to get swept at home. So, Angels -145. Final best bet of the day, it's our daily player prop. Might be kind of a easy one to pick up on just because of how great this guy is. Is he due for a regression game? Potentially. I'm going to say no. Corbin Carroll right now is playing like one of the best players in baseball, so we're going to continue to ride the wave with Corbin Carroll. Now, the pitching matchup that he gets tonight is Drew Rasmussen for Tampa Bay. Rasmussen's been excellent this year, but the thing is, Rasmussen, you rarely ever goes past the 5th inning, so that means Corbin Carroll will see him 2 times, maybe 3, but likely only 2. Okay, that's fine. We're going to get back into this Tampa Bay bullpen, which Corbin Carroll did go yard against yesterday. The Diamondbacks should have won that baseball game. They give up 2 runs in the top of the 11th. They end up, Alec Thomas gets a single to start the inning, drives in a run. They end up loading the bases with 1 out. Corbin Carroll walks Perdomo up. All he's got to do is put a ball in the air in the outfield, and you tie the game back up. Perdomo hits into a double play. Ridiculous. The Diamondbacks, holy sell. Regardless, they get the Rays, obviously, again today, the final game of this set. I think Rasmussen's good. I really think so. But again, not a guy who's going to give you much depth into a game. He is a pretty decent strikeout pitcher. But oddly enough, the Rays have lost each of his last 3 starts. In those starts, he's gone 5 innings each time and given up 2 runs in those 15 innings. And yet the Rays have lost all 3 of those, which is kind of odd. But this is all about Corbin Carroll. Now, you look at the pitching matchup or the matchup in general between Rasmussen and Carroll. 1 at-bat total. I believe it was a ground out, if I'm not mistaken, for Carroll. I know he got out in that 1 at-bat that he's had against Rasmussen, so not much to look at there. The only guy I think on this entire Diamondbacks lineup that has faced Rasmussen more than once is Lourdes Gurriel. He's 4 for 11. But we're going with Corbin Carroll today. Again, this guy is an elite player in the game. He's in the MVP race right now. He's batting .327. He leads the MLB in home runs with 9. I think he's tied with Soderstrom, if I'm not mistaken. 22 RBI so far this year. Yesterday, 2 more home runs for the guy, Corbin Carroll. So today we're going over 1.5 total bases. This feels like light work with Carroll because of his ability to not just to get multiple hits in one game, but at the same time, Carroll's speed and his ability to leg things out and pick up extra bases. And on top of that too, I mean, the guy's 5'10", 165 pounds, but he hits the ball out as well. Corbin Carroll's great, right? After a year last year where he really struggled through most of the year. He just did. Took a step back from 2023, obviously, his rookie season where the Diamondbacks go to the World Series. 2024 was, I guess, a National League championship or pennant a pennant hangover for Corbin Carroll, but he's been back. And yeah, he picked things up at the tail end of last year, but man, Corbin Carroll right now batting .327. He's looking great. Again, is he going to keep those numbers? Probably not. He's not like a Stephen Kwan, I'll say, even though Kwan will not hit for the power numbers. Corbin Carroll will, obviously. But like, I don't think, again, that's a weird comp, but they're both, I can't call Corbin Carroll a contact hitting outfielder though. Anyways, right, like I think Carroll's, average will go down, but I do think he's going to be high 290s, 300s for most of the season if he can keep up this rate, obviously. We just needed him we need him to either go, get an extra base knock today or 2 hits. I mean, he's hit this line, in every game he's played in the last week except for one. The one game he didn't get this was the extra inning game where they beat the Chicago Cubs in the tail end of their 3-game stretch at Wrigley, right? The other games, 2 games against Tampa, right? 1 hit 2 games ago, but it was a double yesterday, right? The 2 home runs, that's 8 total bases. And the 2 Chicago games, first game, the 13-11, crazy afternoon game. Corbin Carroll had 2 singles. We'll take that. Next game after that, 2 singles and a home run against Chicago. So we just need Carroll to keep that pace up. I'm not too concerned about the Rasmussen matchup because even with Rasmussen being solid this year, he doesn't go that deep into games. He really uses his pitch count, so we should see the Rays pen sooner rather than later. So I feel good about Corbin Carroll in this spot. Give me one of the better players right now in the game. Corbin Carroll, who's only 24 years old, over 1.5 total bases. The line is 120. Sign me up. So folks, thank y'all for watching our MLB Best Bets here for Thursday, April 24th. If you haven't yet though, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below for more. Make sure to leave a like if you did enjoy the video. Make sure to comment if you do disagree with any of the picks. Folks, thank y'all for watching, and Mamba